I am aware that the clock will start ticking, so I'll keep it brief. But I do want to leave ample time for Q&A. We've all been hearing a lot about AI and what AI can supposedly do and how it can transform healthcare, patient care, drug discovery, research, access. My organization has been working with AI for the past 5 years, slightly before it became the buzzword. And the whole idea has been, while our focus has been in oncology, I would like to take you through some of the perspectives that we've developed and we've fine-tuned with clinical research in general. As an organization, we work in the oncology space, but what we have learned so far is also very applicable and highly relevant to the broader clinical research space. Just a show of hands, how many here are clinicians? Clinicians who have a research interest, who've done clinical trials, clinical research? Okay, a minority. I'm sure all of us have been patients in some way, shape, or form in our lives, or at least anticipate that we will be patients and we will seek care at some point of time. Now, the good news is that there has been a blast of scientific breakthroughs, specifically in the medicine domain, and a lot of innovation is coming out from the pharmaceutical world, from the medtech devices world, and all of these places, right? The bad news is that we are still struggling in getting the innovation and applying it to patient care. If you see the numbers, and these are agnostic, these are global numbers, these are not particular to India, 80 to 85% of trials miss their original timelines. And the biggest challenge in completing a clinical trial successfully is finding the right patient which matches your trial criteria, right? What that also means is that sponsors lose money, site and systems lose resources and, again, revenue. But more importantly, which is more relevant to all of us, is that the patients miss out on that small window that they have to be able to access validated innovation that is coming their way. And this can be both biosimilar innovation as well as the pivotal phase 3 trials that are coming away, where new therapies, experimental therapies can be deployed for these patients. The reason why this is so difficult and the reason why it is challenging to find the right patient in the right window who is eligible for the right trial is because whatever we are doing right now is being done manually. Either there is a research associate sitting while reviewing the pen and paper files, Dr. Saab will be able to attest to that. And the most of the criteria that you see for clinical trials are getting complex by the day. I talk from experience because we've worked in oncology, which is by far the most complex clinical trial setting that can come up with, right? Biomarkers, genomic analysis, genomic requirements, different phases, different staging, etc., etc. A lot of these things ensure that it is very difficult to find the right patient at the right place at the right time. Now, the paradox is, as the science has developed, getting the patient the right treatment is becoming even more challenging. What we call personalized medicine or precision medicine, by design, is meant to target the right set of characteristics in a patient and therefore match them to the right set of treatment molecules or interventions which can then be used to help the patients. So, while earlier you had a one-size-fits-all approach with a lot of side effects, now you have highly personalized interventions, but you need to make sure that your patient is able to match the desired criteria of that particular case. And to do it in a very small and narrow window is what is the real challenge. What is the hope? The hope is that we break this manual effort that goes in when we are trying to find the right patient for a innovative trial that's coming our way, right? With the funnel for a clinical trial is it has extensive leaks. You identify the patient, then you try to pre-screen the patient, then you are able to establish contact with them, counsel them, figure out whether they are able to enroll into the patient or not. And then by the time this happens, there is a lot of back and forth. The patient may miss the window, or the patient would have progressed, or the patient would have had a development which makes them ineligible for the trial, right? The good news is that with digitization happening globally and in India, with initiatives such as the Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission and increasing EMR adoption, there is a way for this buzzword AI to actually help patients. If we can replace what is being done manually with AI, with an automated system which reads through the data that is being generated by hospitals day in, day out, and identify it to match patients to, say, potential trials, right? These are the future of how clinical trials and patient recruitment can be done. What you see are published benchmarks, which some of the organizations who have actually done the research claim to have achieved in terms of gaining efficiency in finding these patients for their trials. Now, this problem of finding the right patient for the right trial is the most acute in oncology, in our experience, and that's why we as an organization, Mango Sciences, who I represent, has focused on oncology as something that we want to solve for first, and we want to solve for in India. The bigger challenge in oncology, and we have oncologists on the panel who can attest to this, either the criteria are very stringent, or the diversity requirements, the ethnic representation requirements are such that not all the patients who would medically be eligible can be enrolled in. And obviously the problem remains that you're not able to find the right patient in the right time window. Cancer doesn't stop. The clock keeps ticking, the patient progresses, the disease advances, and that's where you really want to find the right patient in the right time zone that you can, the right time window that you can help them. What we have done as an organization via our AI platform Querent is we partner with hospitals, and we've started with India. We have some of the large corporate specialty hospitals as our partners, wherein our platform is deployed on the EMR system. Fully HIPAA and DPDP compliant systems will then scan through the data generated from the hospital operations and match a particular patient to a particular trial in real time. So let's say Dr. Shikhar is here, he is running his OPD, and then the next morning he will get a prompt saying that, okay, Dr. Saab, you've counseled 10 patients yesterday or 20 patients over the past 1 week, and 3 of them may be potential candidates for XYZ trial. Please go in and then counsel them, engage with them, have your people reach out to them. That is the vision that we have, and that is what is being deployed as we speak right now. And the next phase, as we talk about generative AI and multi-omics data, multimodal interactions of the different data sets that come in, we would be able to create criteria and test populations on the go. So for example, again, I'll engage Dr. Shikhar for a moment here. Please indulge me. Let's say Dr. Shikhar looks like he's interested in creating a trial for Keytruda biosimilar that is coming up, right? What are the clinical criteria that should be set? How is it that you can go in and define a patient cohort, and how much of that patient cohort matches your day-to-day practice? Based on that, can you create an investigator-initiated trial? These are the ways we are thinking of how we can make India the research hub of the world. by letting the prescribers and the PIs, the principal investigators, take the initiative, design trials, identify patient cohorts, and then go to sponsors and say, you know what, this is an acute problem, we need to solve for this, I am ready, I have this set of captive population who are interested in the clinical trials, and then I would like to go in and engage with them. That's our goal. So just to sum it up, before I want to leave some amount of time for at least question and answers, but the future of clinical trials is going to be very different. It will be A, patient-centric, B, AI-powered, C, fully digital. We are talking about patients who are counseled remotely in a digital interface. The e-consent is taken. Their medicines can be delivered on-site. Remote patient monitoring is enabled through AI-powered medical devices. Interventions are designed at the point of care, and the treatment and the data is digitized, combined, collated, analyzed, and shipped back to the sponsors. That's the vision, and that is what we are powering. Happy to take any questions. Thank you for being such a lovely audience.
Thank you so much, sir. That was a really lovely presentation. Okay. Thank you.
Excellent talk, Dr. Chitrang Shah. It's nice to see you after so much time. So I hope this vision comes true.
It is coming true. Sorry to interrupt, but it is coming true. We are launching our first trials with our partner hospitals. I would love to have Yashoda as a partner as well, but we are launching our first trials powered by the same platform as we speak.
Look forward to catching up.
Thank you.